With the first pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Jared Goff, quarterback, California.
Whether it's the NFL Draft or anticipation over the upcoming NHL Draft, these are huge moments for young athletes and their families, but today, many parents are struggling with the idea of letting their kids play contact sports. Our parenting panel is here to weigh in. Kathy Buckworth is the author of I Am So the Boss of You, the best title ever, and mother of four. Adam Groh is the host of Discovery's Cash Cab and the father of three. And Samantha Kemp Jackson is the founder of the newsletter Multiple Mayhem Mama, another great name, and mom to four. It's so good to have you here, and I'm so conflicted. I've been saying this the whole time, so want to get your views on this. Kath, let's start with you. What do you think?
Sure. I've got a daughter. I've got four kids, but one daughter in particular who plays rep hockey and rugby, of course, very heavy contact sports. And I think the advice that I'd give to parents, I mean, she loves it. There's so many benefits for team play that I don't have to get into, but just for parents to make sure the kids have the right equipment. Don't skimp on any of the safety equipment. Make sure the coach is teaching them the right way to hit, the right way to fall, all of those things. And make sure that you're not, and I call this incenting violence from the stands. You know, those parents who are like, kill them, you know?
Yeah.
So that's
we know those parents.
Because there's already enough sort of conflict going on with the contact sport or that in your face, that additional pressure, I think, can really ramp up a situation.
So you say yeah.
I say yes.
Go
absolutely.
ahead. What about you, Adam?
Well, our kids are very athletic and also very at the age right now where they're very mortified by my existence. So the fact that I'm talking out loud right now. But soccer and hockey for our family, they're contact sports without even there being hitting. So I'm in favor of contact sports. I'm just not a supporter of sports where it's part of the gameplay on a regular basis or that it's actually you score points with a kick to the head type of sport. So, for instance, the concussion we've had in our family, our daughter, 15 in the middle, got a concussion incidental from soccer. Mm-hmm. It's not like I don't want her to play soccer. If she wanted to play something like rugby or something, I might want to steer her away from that because it's part of the game to be, full-on contact.
It sure is with rugby. Samantha, your kids want to play something. Do you say yes? Do you say no when it comes to contact sports?
I say yes. I think that we're a helicopter parenting society, and I think we need to let our kids play the games they want to play. To Kathy's point and Adam's point, we just need to make sure that we regulate what they do and make sure they've got the right equipment and that we support them. But I think absolutely yes.
Okay, so remember the movie Concussion that came out? Will Smith plays this doctor, Bennet Omalu, in it. Interviewed him a couple of months ago when this came out. Here's why I'm conflicted, because this is what he had to say. Can we please roll the clip? Does that mean, doctor, that parents who are watching this interview should be worried about their kids playing football?
Yes, I think as a matter of truth, when you expose your child to any activity, especially high-impact contact sports, and your child receives thousands of blows to his head, over the years, your child would suffer permanent and irreversible brain damage, which would manifest with seemingly innocuous but progressive symptoms 10 years later. 20 years.
Yeah, and he's saying, listen, helmets probably, in fact, they don't do enough. They don't matter.
We did have the baseline concussion test done for my daughter, so we'll know, if we suspect that there's a concussion. I think that's key, is sort of knowing the symptoms of concussions really well as a parent, not ignoring them, getting it taken care of right away, and pulling them out of the sport if it really becomes, if they've had a bad concussion, knowing when to end it.
It's hard to say no to your kids. This is the thing, and if I'm sitting there watching football or hockey or any of these sports and I'm cheering at home, how then do you say, sorry, you can't play?
I know we got lucky because by the time my son was old enough to play select hockey, they had just taken it out of the sport for his age group at that level. And it would have been a hard decision for us. But I don't know if it's helicopter parenting to say, hey, we support you and we want you to be able to choose your own sport. But maybe we want to make a decision where it's not something I try to steer my kids towards sports that they can have for the rest of their lives, right? So, I mean, are they going to be playing tackle football when they're in university or with their buddies when they're, but, are they going to be playing maybe softball or basketball? Yes, those sports.
Yeah, swimming, golf, and basketball is sounding really good to me right now.
My twin boys, they're 7, and they play soccer, and they're going to be playing t-ball and baseball, and those are things that they can play throughout their lives. And I think that, there is going to be some contact there, but I think that we shouldn't say no to that just because, there's some potential risk.
And Kathy's nodding in agreement.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, you don't want to compound the risk, right? So if they have the concussion, if they have that, pull your child out of that sport for the right period of time. Maybe they never go back into it. But again, know the signs and, just be a parent, like make sure that you're taking care of their best interest, not over and above getting them on the right team.
Did you guys play sports when you were younger?
I didn't play contact sports.
You didn't play contact? Did you play contact?
I only started playing hockey as an adult recently, so the closest I've had to having a sports concussion is seeing how much it's going to cost to pay for my kids to play the sport.
Yeah.
I didn't play contact sports, but I don't have a problem with my kids playing sports at all.
In fact, the biggest concussion in my family is my one daughter who did not play contact sports. She fell down the stairs while she was at work. So, I mean, again, you can't protect them from everything, and concussions are an awful thing. And if that's the one thing that's going to stop you from putting your child into sports, I think that's maybe the wrong approach to take. You want to reap all the benefits from all that team play.
Last word for you, Adam.
Well, I think that sports, it's fun to have a little bit of contact, like when you're in the corner in hockey or under the net in basketball. But again, I would argue I haven't had a compelling argument yet as to why my kids should play full-on contact sports that have the intent of hitting in the head or kicking in the head.
You've been great. Samantha, Adam, Kath, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Great discussion.